You're watching the Noble Farms YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and support the channel. Thanks for watching.
Hey everybody, welcome back again to another video on Noble Farms. I'm Jerry and we're back in the shop again, and we got another little project on the go. This week we're going to be trying to make a chicken feeder. We tried different styles over the past few years. Some of them work pretty good, but we're just going to try another little style here and see if this works a little bit better. Hopefully it does, and see how this goes. Today is another bad day outdoors. Show you outside here. Another miserable snowy day, so that's why we're back in the shop. As you can see, it's a little bit snowy and the wind is blowing, so we're going to spend some time in the shop building a feeder, chicken feeder. So if you want to learn how we're going to build a chicken feeder, stick around and we'll show you how we're going to build a new design, hopefully a lot better for us and save us a lot more time in going in and feeding. So stick around, we'll show you a new video on this chicken feeder. So what we have here on the chicken feeder started so far is we have a top plate and we have a bunch of holes drilled in it. So I'll show you what they are all for, but this is the concept of how it's going to be. Cut out these triangles out of 3/4 plywood with the little flat on, 6 inches wide on top with a little bit of a slope on, not sure the actual degrees, but just with a little lip on here, because what the feeder we're going to make is actually we're going to be using those water jugs, like the water jugs that you have on your water cooler at your house and so on. So we picked up a whole bunch of these at them old water jugs at a like a retirement sale auction, and we use some you see us with some in previous videos of them in the feeders, into water jugs and stuff like that for the chickens and so on. But today we're going to use a bunch of these and make a feeder. So this feeder is 8 feet long, and I think it holds 9 of those blue water jugs right here, these type. We'll just cut the bottom out of them and we'll be able to fill the feed. So how it's going to work, it's going to sit down into here, all 9 of them lined off, so we can fill up these jugs and then they can feed through the bottom. So that's the plan. And the plan also is we're going to be using right here in this open slope part, we'll be using a bunch of plexiglass so the chickens can actually see the feed inside. And we'll have 2 inch, I think, or 1 3/4 inch holes drilled into the plexiglass so they can stick their heads in through and eat from there. So that's the plan. We're going to see if we can get this put together. Like I said, we got some of it done here now, and we'll just keep going and make the rest of it. So just your basic tools and equipment and stuff that you have kicking around here on the farm. So just stuff that you have that's maybe stuck up in the corner of your shop somewhere, old bits and pieces of plywoods, boards, and so on, to make these simple little feeders. So I didn't see this online anywhere or anyone with something like that made. Just an idea came on the top of my head. When you're lying in bed in the nighttime and you're just sitting there lying trying to go to sleep, all kinds of things like like this goes through your mind. So, like I said, it's another nice or stormy day out there, so we're going to stick to the shop and make our time useful. So we'll continue on building this little thing, see how it turns out. So I got this already pre-drilled, and also we're just going to screw this right to the top of this plywood. Hopefully we don't split the plywood too much with these 3-inch screws. We won't drive them down too heavy. We'll just snug them a bit to keep them in place. It's a lot easier when you got all the holes pre-drilled in here. Keeps it from cracking. So now that's in place, my plan is to make sure those holes fits the water jugs that we have there. But the thing is, this is a little too high, so we'll have to extend the spout on the water jugs. So we'll have to extend the spout here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I got a bunch of old pop bottles and stuff like that lying around. I think I'm going to cut the center out, slide it over, put the torch to it, heat it up, and extend this, let the pop bottle shrink. I heard that pop bottle shrinks if you put heat to them, so that's what we're going to try to do, try to shrink it tight onto here. So that extends the nozzle down a little bit further, so we can get it, you know, off the floor of the feeder a little bit, so that not a whole pile of feed comes flying out there. So we'll get to that, get that all set up, and see if we can get that going. So we have the jug now, we have the pop can or pop bottles cut off. I left the bottom on just so I had something to hold on to, so it's a little bit stiff. Like, I'm going to hold it on like that and then apply the heat to it and see if it shrinks onto the bottle. Grab the other ones so they're all ready to go. I just have a few bottles here now. We'll get the other ones later, but we'll just give this a try. A little awkward with this bigger torch here, so we'll see. Definitely shrinking. Oh yeah. Perfect. Fit under perfect. So yeah, nice and solid too. So I'm assuming it'll work. Yeah, that should work. So try another one. Definitely shrinking under, so that's a good sign. I think that'll work. It's just something to extend it down a little further, that's all. So it should work. See if that'll tighten in a little further on the bases there, because it's going to be tight to get in. It's going to be tight to get in those down those holes. So I have to make the holes a little bit bigger. So there you go. That definitely worked. So now I'll just once I've put those in, I'll cut them off at the height I need them, just a little bit off the floor of the feeder. So I may have to make the holes in here a little bit bigger. So yeah, I think that worked. And obviously we need some more jugs too as well. So now we have all the jars, bottles, whatever you want to call them, all put in, and I'll show you if you can see it down on the bottom there. You can see the plastic pop bottle. Got a clearance there of about a couple inches on all of them, right on across. So about a couple inches rise on them, because it is a big tray down here, so I want quite a bit of food to come out there. So now the next step is to get the plexiglass installed right here. So I'll screw some brackets on right here accordingly, like however big the plastic is, just to hold it so I can attach it to the wood frame up here. And then here I'll just pre-drill the plastic and put little screws down into that 1/4 inch plywood. It won't be no pressure, no force or nothing on it like that. They'll be just sticking their heads in it. So yeah, another step closer. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully it turns out all right. So we'll give it a try, and we got to get all these bottles attached to as well. I'm gonna bolt them together up top and screw them to the wood down inside the down inside the tub itself. So it keeps it nice and solid and firm, so it's not floppy like this. It'll be all straight and right up. So that's the next step, I guess. So I'll get a piece of plexiglass and then I'll start marking where the joins are, so I can put the brackets under. So I've already got the plexiglass already cut to 8 inches. It's 8 inches wide. So now I got to be able to mark them on where the joins are. So this is pretty much how it's going to sit in there. I know it's kind of hard to see the plexiglass, but this is how it's going to sit. I'm going to like I say, get those little straps put up there so I can put them right onto where they need to go to give the support for this. So just carrying on along with this, just so that we can get those brackets put in. So there. Now I know exactly how many little brackets I need, and all I'm going to use for that is a little piece of a strap, like metal strapping. I'll show you that right here now. So just a little piece with all the little holes into it like this. This was just some old strap that was laying around the farm again. Like I said, using the stuff from that's been sitting here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just attach it here, put a screw in it, bend it up, and then that way then I can pre-drill the plexiglass and put a little screw in there, just enough to hold it in place. So that's the next step. I'll put these in place. So now I have the pieces put in, and now I can get the plexiglass put in place. So it's going to go like that, so I can drill right down through there, attach it here, and that way it should hold it all into place. Pretty strong and firm. And then once that gets done, then I can start drilling the holes in here, all the circles all the way along, so they can get at the feed. So yeah, I'll see if I can get this put together. So now you can see how that's going to go on. This side is pretty much done. Just got to put in a few more screws there. So I'll continue on putting that in, and then we'll come back to cutting the holes in this so they can feed. So now we got the hole saw on the drill, and we're just gonna randomly put holes in this. This is a 2-inch, I believe, 2.5. So we put 2.5-inch holes all the way across there. Different. I'm probably going to stagger them around to a little bit. So because if you look, it's a pretty big area cavity there for them to get feed. So, or maybe I'll just put one line through. This is trial and error, so I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to put I'll put a single line of holes here and see how that goes all the way along, and see if that works. So just drilling them through the plexiglass. Get the screwdriver and pop these out. So that's all we're doing, just putting a series of holes all the way along, and hopefully they can pick and clean this all up. That's the worst thing I hate about these hole saws, is trying to get those little pieces out. I wish they had some sort of mechanism in them that just popped them right off, but not that easy. If you got an idea on that, shoot me a email or message and see, because I'd sure love to know. It's getting pretty warm in here with the heater going, so shut that off. These little discs, we'll be hanging on to these because you never know what you need them for sometimes, so we'll end up keeping them. There you go. Great way to break your wrist. The reason why I'm putting a lot of the O's in here is because, like I said, it's a big cavity in there. So I wanted them to be able to get every little crook and cranny that's in here. So even reaching back this way towards them, once they stick their head in, they should be able to get at quite a bit of it. So I wanted to make sure I got enough O's in there for them to be able to get everywhere in there. So that's 28 O's on that side. So that's not bad. Be able to stick your heads into there now. And guys, this is not for layers, or not making it for that. I'm making it for the meat birds that we have every year. So we have roughly around, usually get roughly around 300 to 350 meat birds every year. So yeah, this is for the meat birds. So hopefully this works anyway. Because all the time we're continuously trying to find easier, better ways of feeding and less labor intense. So trying to cut down on the labor cost of time out here every day, just feeding and maintenance and stuff. So trying to make life a little bit easier all the time. So and if there's any ideas you guys have, please drop us a message and let us know. Maybe you got a great idea too as well. Or maybe you see something here that you could tweak a little bit to make it work for you, and so on. But yeah, our brain is constantly moving, thinking of new ideas, of trying to make all this easier, better, cheaper, and using some of the stuff we have around the farm so we don't have to be going spending piles of money and the stuff that's unnecessary. So, but if you got a good idea on something, sure, let us know. Or if you see something here that you think we should tweak, give us a comment, and we'll see if we can make one like it or something. All right, so that's that side. Now we're gonna turn it around and see if we can dress up the other side, I guess. So as for the plexiglass, we gotta cut some plexiglass now into the 8-inch width so that it fits along the side. So I just rip it on the table saw. I got the guide marked off to 8 inches, so I need 2 more pieces. So we're gonna rip 2 more pieces out. There you go. It's 2 pieces at 8-inch. And the plexiglass is just old plexiglass from the stupid days of COVID. So lots of that old crap now lying around. So yeah, just rip it on the table saw. Rips pretty good. Not too bad at all, doesn't chip or anything. A little burry on the edge, but nothing you can't clean off with a pair of gloves on and slide along. I wouldn't want to be doing it with just your bare hands. Probably cut you open, but yeah, so that's 2 pieces cut, so we can get into putting the brackets on that feeder. So now we're just cutting the bands, and so we'll be cutting them just 2 O's. Simple old pair of 10 snips does the trick. So now let's get the drill and the screws. I've already have places marked that it needs to go. So get the screws and the drill, and we'll see if we can get them put in. Just like that, just putting them down a little bit, just straight for now. I'll ply them up after once I get them all in. So there you go, they're in. Just going to ply them up here now and have them pretty close anyway. Pretty close to the angle that they need to be in. Had a few extra cut. Just like that. We'll screw them on and get this end done. So we got the jars put on, the water jugs. So now I'm bolting them together on top, inside, right up top here. Got some of them done. I don't know if you can see, but the bolts are in them. So just going along now, tighten these up, and that'll make them a little bit sturdier staying together, but we still had to get some screws down through to keep them from doing this. So I'll continue tightening these up. Okay, that's tightened. So now I'll try to get some screws down through the bottom. So I have to get a long extension bit, try to get down there. So now I've got the drill with the big long bit. I had to put some tape on the joins there to keep it all together, but so I can reach down into the water jugs. So all we're doing is just putting 2 wood screws on each side to keep it sturdy. I've got this one done, and you can see how solid that made it there. So we'll continue on down and screw them all on. So in these little pieces that I cut off before, off that strap, just using it as like a washer. just like that. And even just a 1 in it makes it pretty solid, but we're going to put the 2 in there. Buddy, do that make it tight, nice and solid, so that'll work perfect. So I'm going to continue on to do these. Really solid. Now, be able to lift it on these. Cut some more. Now that's solid. So now that's no tipping around, no tipping over, anything like that. So I think that's it. I'm gonna have to check because I've got a funny feeling that the chickens are gonna perch up on top of here. Once they get so big, they won't, because they'd be too heavy. They won't be able to lift themselves up. But I think they'll want to be perched up on top of this. So I have to figure something up there to cover that in, or I'm going to end up with a chicken down in those jugs. So yeah, now it's not that heavy. It's nice and light. Not like the other feeders that I've had. It was really heavy. Take 2 people to lift them around. This one here can easily be moved by 1 person. So I'll give you a little walkthrough now of this whole thing. So as you can see the screws that I put down there inside, and you can see the bolts that I put through and connected them. You can see them all the way along, little black bolts. So that's how it's going to work. As you can see down below, the little spouts in here that comes to the nozzle of the jug. So hopefully that'll let enough food out inside, and they'll be able to stretch in through here to get it anyway. This will be higher off the ground too, obviously. As the chickens grow, we'll be able to lift it up. So that's quite a bit of food to be able to put in there. So hopefully it works. So all it is just the plexiglass, obviously. Here, these little tiny little brackets that I made up with a little bit of metal you see there previously, that has already pre-drilled like straps like. And the outside hedge here is just a piece of quarter plywood. The bottom base in there is just quarter plywood too as well. And this is 18 inches wide from one side to the other. So if you're looking at it from this end, that'd be 18 inches across here, and that's 6 inches high. This is just a piece of 2 by 6, or 1.5 inches by 6 inches wide. This here is 1.5 inches off the side here, up. That's all from that slope. Don't ask me the degrees on that. I just winged it and made them all the same. So that's the feeder. So all we have to do now is just, when chickens come, once they start growing, we'll be able to lift this off just put blocks on it under the bottom of it, and be able to lift it up as they grow higher and higher. So yeah, so that's a chicken feeder. So hopefully, that'll work. Don't know. We'll definitely give it a try, that's for sure. But another way to use up some of the whole scrap and pieces and old stuff lingering around the farm. So yeah, I might make a couple more of these actually. This looks pretty good. I think it'll work very well. So I might make a couple more because, like I said, we got 300 chickens coming, and they'll eat a lot of food. You'd be surprised on how much they eat. So I'll probably end up making a couple of these things. So here's your chicken feeder. So if you see anything that we should do different or anything like that, please send us a message and see if we can make one with some changes in it. What would work better or whatever. Maybe those water jugs wouldn't be the right thing there. Maybe you can build something a little bit better and a little bit easier. So yeah, let us know in the comments and stuff. So anyway, that's another build here on the farm. So thanks for watching again, and please like and subscribe and help out the channel and get to show people some of the stuff we do here on the farm. So take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next videos.